Welcome back, students, in our this session, and this is your assignment number 1 of the new chapter Respiratory System. Now, before I start the chapter, I would like to show few new words to you, and these new words you have to write in your biology copy. Now, see here, the first one is oxidation. Now, this oxidation means addition of oxygen to a substance resulting in the release of energy. So this process of addition of oxygen to a substance which results in the release of energy is known as oxidation. Second is biochemical process. Now, chemical process that takes place in the body of living organisms is known as biochemical process. Next is aerobic respiration. The type of respiration in which breakdown of glucose occurs with the use of oxygen is called aerobic respiration. So the type of respiration in which the breakdown of glucose takes place with the use of oxygen, that type of respiration is known as aerobic respiration. Next is anaerobic respiration. The type of respiration in which the food is broken down without the using oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. So you can see here the difference between the two, that in aerobic respiration there is a breakdown of glucose molecules with the use of oxygen, and in anaerobic respiration there is the breakdown of food without the using of oxygen. Now next is breathing rate. The number of times a person breathes in a minute is known as breathing rate. Next is cellular respiration. The process of breakdown of food in the cell with the release of energy is called cellular respiration. Then diaphragm, a large muscular sheet which forms the floor of the chest cavity. Now when I teach you the chapter, there I'll show you the diaphragm also. It is a kind of a muscular sheet which forms the floor of the chest cavity. Then exhalation, the process of giving out air from the respiratory organs is known as exhalation process. Inhalation, the process of taking in air into the respiratory organs, is known as inhalation. So, in means taking in and exhale means taking out, given out. So, in this you can also differentiate that giving out of air from the respiratory organs are known as exhalation, and taking in air into the respiratory organs is known as inhalation. Now trachea, in humans it is also known as windpipe. In insects it is one of the several air passages which carry air through the body and opens to the exterior through a spiracle. So in humans it is present in the windpipe and it is also known as windpipe, but in insects it is present in the form of a spiracles through which they can respire. Now we start with the chapter. Energy is needed by our body to perform various day-to-day physical or metabolic activities. Now this we all know, children, that we need energy to do the regular activities, to perform our day-to-day duties, and we get that energy from the food that we eat. Have you ever thought from where does this energy come from? Respiration is a biochemical process of energy release in our body. Energy is released by the breakdown of the digested foodstuffs during the process of respiration. So this energy we get by the breakdown of the food during the process of respiration. It occurs in all living cells and involves oxidation of food. Now this respiration process, this occurs in all the living organisms or all the living cells, and it involves the oxidation of food in which the glucose also remove. The energy-rich foodstuffs, glucose and fructose, are changed to water and carbon dioxide during respiration, accompanied with the release of usable energy in the form of ATP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. Now, this we study in the chapter in brief when it comes in the chapter. Then come to the process of respiration. For respiration, there is a constant supply of oxygen which is provided by the process of breathing. Now, during the process of respiration, we need oxygen constantly, and this we get by the process of breathing. If we do not breathe, the oxygen supply does not goes into our body. It involves taking in oxygen-rich air during inhalation step and giving out of air rich in carbon dioxide during exhalation step. Now this process is also known as external respiration. Now this process of taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, this process is known as external respiration. Now children, there is an activity for you to show that exhaled air contains carbon dioxide. Exhaled air means the air that we gives out. The method is take 2 test tubes, fill them to half with the freshly prepared lime water. You have to take 2 test tubes and you have to fill it half of the test tube with the freshly prepared lime water. Then fix rubber stoppers with 2 holes in both the test tubes. You can see in the picture that in the test tube there are a rubber corks which is fixed as a stoppers inside the test tube. Now insert the glass tubes in both the stoppers. You can see the glass tubes here. Blow through a straw into the lime water several times. Now what you have to do is you have to blow the air into the lime water several times. What happens to the lime water? Why this change is observed? Now we see what happens when you blow the air in the lime water. Observation. You will observe that the lime water through which exhaled air is passed turns milky. Now when you blow the air, what happens is the lime water turns milky in color. The lime water in the other test tube also shows a slight milkiness in its color. This is due to the presence of carbon dioxide in the atmospheric air. Now why this color change takes place? This is because of the carbon dioxide gas which is present in the atmospheric air. This shows that more carbon dioxide is present in exhaled air which comes out from our mouth after respiration. Now the release of energy during respiration takes place only with the help of several chemical reactions generally catalyzed by enzymes. Now this energy released during respiration process is conducted by many chemical reactions, and with the help of the enzymes it takes place. These reactions, which takes place in all living organisms, are together termed as cellular respiration or internal respiration. Now the energy released is stored in the form of ATP. As I told you, the full form of ATP is adenosine triphosphate molecules. Now the energy that released during the process, it is stored in the form of ATP molecules. Now you can see the equation over here. C6H12O6 is known as glucose plus 6 molecules of oxygen in the presence of enzymes gives out 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 6 molecules of water and energy. Now this entire process takes place partially in the cytoplasm and in the mitochondria or of every cell in the body. Now when I am explaining you the cell chapter, at that time I have explained you the cytoplasm and mitochondria. Now this whole process of cellular respiration takes place in the cytoplasm as well as in the mitochondria of every cell in the body. Now here we can see the difference between cellular respiration and breathing. Cellular respiration, first point, it is the oxidative breakdown of glucose. In cellular respiration, there is a oxidative, means under the use of oxygen, the glucose break down. Breathing, it is taking in of fresh air and giving out of foul air. Second is, it is a biochemical process. This cellular respiration is a biochemical process, and breathing, it is a physical process. We do breathing physically, so it is a physical process. Third point for cellular respiration, it produces energy and stores it in the form of ATP. Breathing, it consumes energy. It uses that energy. Fourth point, it occurs in the presence of respiratory enzymes. For cellular respiration, we require some respiratory enzymes. Then for breathing, no enzymes are required for this process to occur, as it is a physical process, so we do not require any kind of enzymes in breathing. Fifth point, it is an intracellular process. Intracellular means that this process takes place in the cell body, so that is why it is known as intracellular process. Then breathing, it is an extracellular process. Sixth point, it occurs at same speed. For cellular respiration, it occurs at the same speed. There is no difference in their speed. Then for breathing, its speed may increase or decrease depending on the body functions. So the breathing process, it increases or decreases according to the body conditions. Now that's all for this video. Soon I upload the next assignment for you all. Till then, stay safe. Thank you.